Hello, I'm Jerry Fort, the beer review guy. Gonna do my last Mash Gang beer. This is the Journey Juice Fruited IPA with mango, chili, and lime. So yeah, these are non-alcoholic beers, but they do have, well, it says contains less than 0.5% ABV in them. On here it says Journey Juice, a fruited India Pale Ale with mango, chili, and lime. Journey Juice is the traditional tinny you would drink in between pubs or on the way home from a night out. This is fruity, bitter, salty, spicy, and sweet. Ingredients says water, malted barley, wheat, oats, yeast, mango puree, hops, lime, chili flakes, and salt. Always less than 0.5% ABV. So I was contacted by a Marissa DeMarco about doing these non-alcoholic beers, and sounded cool to me. Said that she had seen some of my other non-alcoholic beers and knew I was familiar with reviewing them. So yeah, she sent me these four packs of different non-alcoholic beers, and yeah, this is my last one. So far the lesser evil chocolate cherry stout is my favorite. It was really good. I still want to do that one. I still got some of those left. I did it ice cold, which I don't usually do my stouts and porters ice cold. I do them room temperature. So as many flavors as I got out of that thing ice cold, I'm really curious about seeing how it is a little bit warmer, because that's when I get more flavors out of the darker beers like that, is when it's warmer. It's like a little bit warmer of a stout. It allows your palate to kind of keep up, absorb more flavors out of it. When it's really cold, it's like it almost on those kind of flavors, it's almost like, for me, the coldness doesn't allow your palate to like soak up the flavors as easily. I don't know, it's weird. That's just what my mind says. I can't explain it, okay? So anyway, so I read what's on the can. It's vegan, hazy, and unfiltered. Everything else I read off the can, yeah, natural flavoring. So I have reviewed many IPAs, not many that said fruited. This is probably the first one I've ever reviewed that says fruited. Maybe fruity IPAs that are more fruit forward. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this thing's like. See if I like all these so far. It's just the lesser evil one was kind of more my favorite. But who knows? Let's see what happens now. Being unfiltered, to my memory, I recollect unfiltered, you get a little bit of a sediment in there. They're a little bit more hazy, like says hazy. What else was it? And it already says passion fruit puree in there. So you got a puree and it's unfiltered. So this really should be cloudy. So let's see what we got. I hear you, frog. Got a little tree frog over there making some noise. Oh, wow. Man, that smells good. That is real fruity, real kind of a nice sweetness to it. You get that mango going on. It's creating a nice head there. Nice, healthy looking, frothy, foamy looking head. Got some cloudage going on in there. Light, amberish, goldish. Nice haziness. The head is 2-finger right now. Real fine soapy bubbles on one end, and then the end I'm pouring it in, you got a little bit larger glassy bubbles going on. All right, let them suds dissipate out a little bit, turn back to liquid, and we'll get the rest of it in there. Just let it sit. All right, there we go. So what am I getting on the aroma? I'm getting the mango, getting the passion fruit aroma. A little bit of the hops. I'm getting some lime. Maybe a little of the chili flakes. It is a fruity aroma. I might be getting a hint of spiciness on the aroma. Might get a little bit more of that on the taste. And the sweetness I'm getting on the aroma. It smells good. A little floral maybe too. Oh man, I worked today. I was working fast. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate it. Wow. That's good. That's really good. Sweet. It's got close to a medium body on it. Light carbonation. Fruitiness. Salty, a little bit of lime, a nice mild to mid sweetness to it. Not getting any bitterness. That was something that the creators of this claimed there was a little bit of. Other people are going to get different characteristics than me, of course. There's a little bit of malted barley there. Let me see. A little on the back end, a little wheat, a little oats, a little yeastiness. Getting the mango puree pretty nicely. The passion fruit puree a little bit. Chili flakes. It's there a little bit. It's there a little bit. You get a light spice note. I don't find it spicy, but there is a slight spice note. as you're drinking it, and a little bit on the back end. This is really good. This is really good. That's enjoyable. Smooth, easy drinking. This is a nice one for this beautiful weather we have right now. It's like probably about 71 maybe. It's in the evening, about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock maybe. It's just nice. It's a nice temperature out here. This beer goes really nicely right now in this type of a temperature weather. Excuse me. The picture on the can, I should have showed you that early on. There's a couple of I don't know if those are it's supposed to be turtle doves or birds of paradise. They have that, see that tail? It's kind of like a scissor tail flycatcher type of a tail, or swallow. Swallows have those tails. They're carrying a bundle of joy. One of these beers, see there? That's cool. Colorful picture. I like that. Contact them at Mash Gang and get a 4-pack of each one of these. Try them out, see what you think. These are really, really good. Free shipping for orders over $50. These are, I mean, some people, you know, have been kind of forced because of medical situations, conditions, that they can't drink heavy alcohol anymore, you know. They're on a lot of medications. But this, in my opinion, less than 0.5% ABV, no, you're not going to feel the effects. You're not really going to get a buzz off of these because the alcohol's too low. But, you know, mentally, it seems how it does have just a slight bit of alcohol in it. You can feel like you're drinking an alcoholic beverage anyway. You can enjoy that these are similar to the actual beer styles. This has IPA characteristics. The Lesser Evil Stout has stout-like characteristics. The other ones, same. You know, so you can get these and enjoy them, and feel a little satisfaction that you're still able to drink an alcoholic beverage. I mean, it's slight alcohol type beverage, but yet non-alcohol category, you know. These are good. Oh, the breeze and this, a nice pairing right there. I see you up there. Wow. At the very top of this tree, there's a whole flock of brown-headed cowbirds up there. That's a trip. I've been seeing them on our bird-fi. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it in the picture. It's right. Where's my finger? It's right. See that blue cart back there? The bird-fi camera and bird feeder is on that cart. And they've been landing on it, getting the blue jays, cardinals, brown-headed cowbirds landing on it. We haven't had a robin land on it yet. Blue jay, just recently for the first time had a blue jay land on it. House finches, sparrows, all them, they land on it. Starlings. Okay, well there you go. Check these things out for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. You know, sometimes you have something you got to do that you don't want to be, you know, you don't want to have a buzz to go do it. But you want a beer. These right here. Nice little substitute. But yeah, so thank you, Marissa DeMarco. I appreciate again that you let me have the opportunity to try these. So the first two that I tried, they were good. I liked them. But I'm gonna say still that the Lesser Evil is my favorite. This one here's probably my second favorite. This is really good. Then the other two are on the end there. But she said she was curious about what my favorite was gonna be. Would you get out of here? Dadgum fly? Get out of here. Leave me alone. I have the whole summer to put up with bugs. I don't want to put up with them in the springtime too. Anyway, so check them out. Alright, so I'm going to end this video with a little story for you. Those of you that are not interested, then you can just cut it off right here and go on about your evening or your day. But I just look for opportunities to tell stories as they happen. This happened yesterday. I get home, I pull in my driveway. We have a large window unit that takes care of our living room, okay? All right, and outside, the exterior, we have an eave that comes out about this far off the roof, you know, an underside eave. So this house used to belong to my brother-in-law. So he took some thin boards and he covered the underside of the eave, probably so wasps, you know, wouldn't get up in there, make nests and birds and stuff. But over time, those boards, they're just separate. They're like 5 feet sections of boards. And how he had them up there, they're failing. They're starting to kind of sag down a little bit, hang down. And the birds have found their way up in there. And they've made nests. I'm gonna have to eventually do something about it. But I just haven't had time. I don't want to do it in the springtime because they still have nests with babies up in there. I don't want to interfere with that. I want to do it like toward fall when they're done, you know, having eggs and babies and stuff, you know, laying eggs and having babies up in there. So I want to do it in the fall and the winter and pull those down and get them out of there. And but I think that up inside there are access areas thinly that things can get up in there and get up into the attic area. So we've had a problem in the past. When we first moved in, we had a snake skin hanging out inside the house, hanging out of one of the ceiling tiles, just kind of draping down. So they're rat snakes is what they are. They're black rat snakes. They're up there getting, you know, mice, rats, birds, whatever they can. But yeah, they come up underneath our siding and work their way up and then get over up into the attic area. So yeah, we had one large rat snake. I made a video of it. You can look that up. End up in our water heater closet. He came down through one of our ceiling tiles inside our water heater closet, fell through, probably chasing our mouse, and yeah, I had to get him out of there. That was not fun. They're not, you know, they'll bite you, sure. They're not venomous. They don't have fangs, I don't think, for the most part, but I mean, they could, you know, hurt you a little bit with that bite. Especially this one, it was pretty good size. But I corralled him into a big trash can and took him outside. But anyway, so yeah, let's go back to where I was talking about. So where these birds are nesting at, it's right above our window unit. Our large window unit sticks out of our window. And so I pull in the driveway, my wife comes out. She meets me outside, and she's looking around the corner, you know, pointing. I'm like, what is she pointing at? So I look over there, and there is a bird, appears to be dead, laying on top of our window unit. And I couldn't tell. I mean, it doesn't look like a baby, but it is a young one. It's a young baby. I mean, it's a young adult. It doesn't have all its feathers developed real well yet. It can't fly real well. But so what's happened was my wife took a picture of it. I didn't get to see the actual of what happened, but a young rat snake had one of those babies, had its head in its mouth, and he got a hold of the baby up inside there in its nest, and they ended up falling out in all the chaos up in there, him trying to get a hold of the baby, I'm sure. Fell out, and they both landed on top of our air conditioner. My wife come out because she heard a thud, freaked out my cat too. So she comes out and looks like, what is that? What was that noise? And that's when she took that picture of the snake still had that baby in its mouth. And when the snake saw that my wife was coming out there, it panicked, and it went down on the top grates of my air conditioner, went into my air conditioner down where the fan is. And my wife didn't know that it did that. She suspected it could have, but she wanted me to check to see. I didn't see anything right off, and she turned on the air conditioner, and the fan was making a bunch of noise. Just hitting something. I said, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. So I look in there with the flashlight to see if it was just debris from the nest. And no, the black rat snake was in there. I could see him back in there by where the fan is. I took my hose, and I was spraying it, trying to get it to, you know, come out. I don't know how he got in there. You know, snakes can manipulate their bodies to get into small places. That's how it got in there. But I sprayed it, trying to get it to come out. It wouldn't. My wife says, let's just leave it alone. Maybe it'll come out on its own. So that's what we did. Gave it, you know, like 45 minutes to an hour. Went out there later. I couldn't, my son couldn't see it in there. I couldn't see it in there. I said, okay, we'll turn on the air conditioner and we'll see what happens. So she turned on the air conditioner, and it was okay. It left. It got out of there. I thought I was going to take the casing off that air conditioner to get him out. I'm glad that he got out of there by himself, because it was going to be a pain. It's a very large air conditioner. Very large. So yeah, I went out, put it on the tailgate of my truck, and unscrew that casing just to get him out, and then put the casing back on. So yeah, I told my wife, we really need to get a an overhang, an awning, is that what they're called? An awning overhang, little roof thing that just goes right over the air conditioner, because the birds up there, the nest and all that debris that they get to build their nest comes out. And plus they crap right on top of the air conditioner. So you got debris, you got crap, and you got all kinds of, nest debris falling into the air conditioner. And you can smell that. You can smell it, It comes right through the air conditioner. So I want something to block the debris. So we need to get that done here soon. As if I don't have enough to do around here. I got so many projects that need done. There's a mosquito. We got him. Starting to come out. Okay, that's my cue to go inside. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that story, because it was like, I just got home. I don't want to have to mess with this right now. My wife and I had some running around to do yesterday, looking for some stuff. We're redoing our kitchen, kinda, a little bit. Anyway. Good stuff. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed my little story there. That's the kind of stuff that happens to us. We get snakes in our water heater closet. We get snakes in our air conditioner. Excuse me. Snakes in our attic. But yeah, the baby bird was dead. It suffocated it. Sad. I was like, where's the mama? Where's the mama to protect the babies? What kind of mama is not protecting her babies? It's one bad mama. Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks to Marissa DeMarco for sending me these. See you on the next one.